Good evening. I now declare that all are assembled for the 134th commencement of Eastern Connecticut State University. My name is William Lugo, and in the ceremony today, I represent the University Senate. This is a particularly special commencement for Eastern, as it will be the last for President Nunez after 18 years of service to Eastern. So please join me in congratulating President Nunez for all of her extraordinary things she's done at Eastern. I'd now like to welcome Senior Frida Nieto Gonzalez to give the invocation.
Hello all. I would like to invite you to bow your heads and join me in the spirit of praise and reflection. We have all walked different paths that have led us to where we are now, including diverse beliefs. But all of us have two things in common. We are here to celebrate, and we have someone for whom we are grateful. For some of us, this may be the first time we are able to celebrate with them. From our families who have been with us at every step, to close friends who have cheered for us louder than anyone else. From the faculty and staff guiding us through our journeys, to the merciful one and unseen powers that have blessed us with the ability to be here today. We also have those that are unable to be here for whom we are grateful, knowing they are here in spirit. When our academic journeys got difficult, we were never truly alone. We learned not only in the classroom, but also through our successes and failures. May we take those lessons and apply them in the world to help teach others. Merciful one, let us fight against injustice and use our voices to guide others. Let us pave a path with wisdom and truth for those that come after us. Our future is bright, and tonight is a reminder of that. Through the darkness, we persevered, and we will continue to do so. May we continue feeling this gratitude as the next chapter of our lives begin. Calling you by your many names, we thank you. Amen.
Thank you, Frida, for that invocation. Now to sing America the Beautiful, I invite Grace Michalowski to come to the stage.
Oh, beautiful for space.
Thank you, Grace. That was amazing. And thank you to the Governor's Foot Guard members, Captain Larry Botting, Sergeant Edwin Morales, Sergeant Jason Staples, Private Timothy Rucker, and Private Gregory Bargan. And thank you as well to pianist David Bayana and to the Eastern World Percussion Ensemble. It is now my great pleasure to present the graduating class of 2024 to President Elson Nunez. And the Governor's Foot Guard, you can please exit as well.
Thank you, Grand Marshal Lugo. Welcome to the 134th commencement of Eastern Connecticut State University, Connecticut's only public liberal arts university. This is a time you will remember for the rest of your lives. Today, graduates, you begin a new chapter. On behalf of the university, I want to extend my congratulations to the class of 2024 and to their families who are here today. Congratulations. I'm going to ask the graduates to stand, look into the audience where your family and friends are, and say thank you to everybody who's helped you get here. Yay! Please be seated. We are very proud of each of you, and congratulations.
It is my pleasure to introduce a platform party and today's readers. Please stand to as I introduce you, and for the audience, please hold your applause until all are introduced. From my left in the back row is Dr. Emily Todd, Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Nidhi Pandey, Dean of the School of Education and Professional Studies. Kamisha Wilmont, Dean of Students. Dr. Patricia Stitch, Director of the Institute for Sustainability. John Bazin, Chief Human Resources Officer. Dr. Benjamin Pauley, Associate Provost for Academic Affairs. From my left and the middle row is Tom DeVivo, Mayor of Willimantic. Michelle Delaney, Vice President for Student Affairs. Dr. Lamar Coleman, Vice President for Equity and Diversity. James Howarth, Vice President for Finance and Administration. Kathleen M. Regan-Pine, Vice President of the ECSU Foundation Board of Directors, Class of 1979. Dr. Johan Sia, 2024 Award for Exemplary Service to Eastern. Garrett Bozolinsky, Chief Information Officer. From my left in the front row, Dr. William Salka, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Jeffrey Benedict, Honorary Degree recipient and Commencement Speaker, Class of 1991. Dr. Elson Nunez, President of Eastern Connecticut State University. Terrence Chang, Chancellor of the Connecticut State Colleges and University System. Regent Martin Guay, Member of the Board of Regents. Father Larry Lapointe, Campus Ministry. Will the readers and the translators for today please stand? The readers are Dr. Lamar Coleman, Dr. Joshua Ajadi, Dr. Christina Irizarry, Dr. Greg Kane, The translators for today are Alyssa Short and Anne Marie Cartagena. Please join me in applauding our distinguished guests. Thank you. Will Regent Martin Guay please join us for welcoming remarks?
Good evening. My name is Marty Guay, and on behalf of my fellow Regents, I'm delighted to offer greetings and congratulations to each member of the class of 2024, and gratitude to the parents, families, and friends, and others who have supported today's graduates throughout their academic journey. Today is a significant milestone in achieving your higher education goals, and we're extremely proud of your hard work and dedication. Despite starting college during a global pandemic and facing many unique challenges, each of you has persevered, demonstrating your resilience, academic abilities, and strength of character. But this is not the end of your journey, only a new beginning with endless possibilities and opportunities. Some of you may continue in higher education, while many others may enter the workforce or pursue something entirely different. But whatever path you choose, Eastern Connecticut State University has equipped you with the knowledge and skills to succeed. I would also like to express my gratitude to Eastern's faculty and staff who have served as mentors, educators, and champions. Their expertise and dedication have contributed so much to the quality of your educational experience. And we're also so grateful for Dr. Nunez's leadership at Eastern Connecticut State University over the past 18 years. She has given so much to Eastern and has contributed greatly to their culture of academic excellence and student success. Under her steadfast leadership, the university has cemented itself as the state's public liberal arts institution. While her retirement is certainly well-deserved, we are sad to see her go, but wish her all the best in the next chapter. And congratulations to the class of 2024 on your new chapter. I look forward to witnessing the positive impact you will have on the state of Connecticut and the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Regent Guay. Will Chancellor Terrence Chang please join us for welcoming remarks?
Hi, everyone. How are we doing? There are like 10,000 people here tonight, maybe more, so let's try that again. How are we doing? That's right. That's right. I'm Terrence Chang. I'm the Chancellor of the Connecticut State Colleges and Universities System. I'm so thrilled to be here. I cannot wait to hear all of your names read and watch each and every one of you walk across that stage. But before we get to that, I started a new tradition last year when I was doing commencements around the system, which is to take a selfie with the best crowd that's out here. And this year, of the 4 universities in our system, Eastern is the only one that I'm attending. So amongst the about 10,000 of us, keep it a secret that Eastern is my favorite for tonight. So let's do the selfie. Everyone smile, look really great. All right, good, thank you. Thank you for indulging me. Provost Bill Salka has waivers. He will give each and every one of you one on the way out to sign. Okay, before we get to the formal remarks, I too have to say thank you to President Elsa Nunez. This is her final commencement as Eastern's president, and she has served Eastern Connecticut State University for 18 years, which in today's day and age is truly remarkable. When she took the helm of this institution, it was not in the best place. But through hard work and dedication and perseverance, she built a team around her that helped to steer and shape and mold Eastern into the shining star that it is today. Personally, yes, that's right, that's worth a round of applause. She was here and helped to recruit people and build this place into what it is to benefit all of you. Personally, I have benefited a great deal from President Nunez. She is thoughtful and wise. She is experienced and practical. But beyond all else, she is committed to her students, each and every one of you, and each and every one of you that has graduated and will continue to leave these hallowed halls. She is committed to her faculty and her staff, and she is committed to this institution. In my 3 years as Chancellor, she has given me great support and advice. She has worked seamlessly with my system office team, and she has given generously to her fellow presidents across the system. I couldn't have asked for a better, more trustworthy ally and partner in our work. So I want to thank her for her selflessness, her honesty and transparency, and most of all, for being a leader with integrity who never thinks of herself, but only how she can help others. So thank you, President Nunez. Your mark on Eastern is indelible. And even with the arrival of a new president this summer, you will never be forgotten. Thank you, President Nunez. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Ever since I joined the faculty back in 2003, graduation day has always been my favorite day of the year because we get to unabashedly celebrate the success of our students. We get to say thank you to our faculty and staff who have helped us and worked with us all along the way. We get to say thanks to the family and friends who have supported us. There is so much to feel good about, and every single one of you should be happy and proud of your achievements. Because today marks a significant milestone, as they say, in your educational and personal journey. For many of you, your studies have been marked by challenges at school, at home, in your personal lives. Yet thanks to your tenacity, commitment, focus, dedication, you rose to those challenges. You adjusted, you persisted, and you grew stronger. As graduates, you're feeling many emotions. But whether you are going for more education, or starting a new job, or using that degree to get yourself a promotion, continue to work hard and be humble. Be respectful and kind and good to each other. Choose to believe that folks have good intentions, even when we don't agree. And in the face of adversity, always believe in yourself and know that you are valued and that you matter. So every graduation speech must include two things: advice and a quote. Here's the advice section. Number one, when you swing, swing big. Don't be afraid to fail. Failure teaches you how to be better next time until you fail again, which you will. That's life. You do the best you can with what you have at that time. So learn from your failures every time and keep learning, because there is no such thing as perfect. Number two, don't be afraid to stand up and fight for what really matters to you, because you can't rely on others to do it for you. In my life, I have sat back and I have watched at times when I should have stood up and used my voice and taken action. And I regret those moments, and regret sucks, because there's nothing you can do to get those moments back. And number three, know that when you try to do big things and create change, a lot of people are going to go hard against you. Everyone who's been comfortable under the old order is going to be disrupted, and everyone who is happy with the status quo is going to scream. They're going to fight you with everything they've got. Many people who want change, they don't want the heat, so they're going to stand back and they're going to watch. You are going to feel alone, but you have to ask yourself, am I doing the right thing, the right way, for the right reasons? And if the answer is yes, then you keep going. Because the integrity of your work and your character is going to shine through. When all is said and done, your integrity is all you have. It's what you will be remembered for. Okay, here's the quote from the book Anti-Fragile by Nassim Taleb. Wind extinguishes candle, extinguishes a candle, and energizes fire. In the years that lie ahead, there will be more wind. There will always be wind. But I hope you will choose to find and unleash that powerful fire inside of you and not succumb to the wind like the thin flame of a candle. So, to the graduating class of 2024, congratulations once again. And please know that you have made the CSCU system and the state of Connecticut very proud. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chancellor Chang. Now I am pleased to introduce Ms. Alexis Ainen, the class president, who will give the senior class address and present the class gift.
Hello, faculty, staff, families, and the graduating class of 2024. My name is Alexis Annen, and I've had the honor of being your senior class president. As we gather here today at the beginning of our futures, it's only fitting to reflect on the journey that has brought us to this pivotal moment. Our time at Eastern has been marked by challenges, triumphs, and countless moments of growth. Today, we celebrate not just the years of hard work, but also the unwavering power of perseverance that has propelled us forward. When I think about perseverance, it isn't just a word, it's a mindset. It's about summoning the strength to keep going when the path ahead seems daunting and obstacles threaten to derail our dreams. During our time at Eastern, we have met academic demands, balanced multiple responsibilities, and faced personal hardships that have challenged our journey. Despite everything, we refuse to give up. When you reflect back on your journey, remember the moments of self-doubt when it seemed like success was just beyond our reach. Instead of being discouraged, we choose to believe in ourselves, trust in our abilities, and keep pushing forward. We stand here today, a testament to the power of perseverance. Now, as we embark on the next chapter of our lives, let us remember that success is not measured by the absence of challenges, but by our ability to overcome them. Let us embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, knowing that with perseverance, anything is possible. Let us also remember that we did not reach this moment alone. Along the way, we have the support of our families, friends, and mentors who believed in us, even when we doubted ourselves. Their encouragement, guidance, and love sustained us through the toughest of times, reminding us that we are never truly alone in our own struggles. I would like to take this time to also thank God for guiding me through the last 4 years and protecting me through challenging times. I would also like to personally thank my family and friends. Your love and support are the greatest gifts I have ever received. Lastly, I would like to thank Joshua Sumrell and Dean Kamisha Wilmot. Josh, thank you for being a great mentor. Your willingness to share your knowledge and experience has shaped me into the person I am today. Kamisha, thank you for always believing in me. Your belief in my potential and willingness to go above and beyond to help me succeed has made a profound difference in my life, and I am very grateful for everything you have done for me. I am incredibly fortunate to have met you during my time here. So as we say farewell to Eastern, let us take a moment to express our gratitude to all those who helped us along the way. And let us look to the future with hope, courage, and the unwavering belief that no challenge is too great. Congratulations, class of 2024. We finally got the graduation we deserve. Today, we celebrate not just our achievements, but the strong-minded spirit that defines us. May we continue to face life's challenges with grace, resilience, and the unwavering determination to achieve success. Now, I would like to ask President Nunez to join me at the podium to present the senior class gift. This gift will be used to establish a scholarship in the name of the class of 2024.
Great speech. Thank you, Ms. Anand, for that wonderful speech and for those inspiring words. I would like to recognize this year's award recipient for exemplary service to Eastern Connecticut State University, Dr. Yoa Encia. Dr. Encia, please stand. Since Dr. Encia began in biology in the department in 1990, he has worked with and inspired thousands of students. Dr. Encia recognized that public health is not just an Eastern issue, but one that spans all countries and all individuals. Public health is indeed a global concern. In that capacity, he founded the Rural Health Project Africa in Ghana. This nonprofit organization's mission is to enhance the health of rural Ghanaians through prevention and education. Many Eastern students have visited Ghana as part of the project. As a colleague wrote, Dr. Encia has created opportunities for students to travel out of the country to experience health delivery systems in other countries, especially in Ghana. These trips have literally changed students' lives. Speaking of their time in Ghana, one student said, "This experience is once in a lifetime. I think I have grown more as a person during the 2 weeks in Ghana than I have throughout my whole life." Dr. Encia recognized the need for targeted higher education in Ghana. He founded the Withrow University College in 2013 with a mission to produce dedicated and compassionate professionals in public health and allied health. At Eastern, he spearheaded the creation of the Department of Health Sciences in 2017. His efforts in developing a health sciences major that valued both qualitative and quantitative research methods in undergraduate training. It was pioneering for this type of major and provided our graduates with a greater career advancement potential in the public health and healthcare community. With a collaborative leadership approach, respect and kindness, he has guided and grown the Health Sciences Department to the Health Sciences and Nursing Department. His knowledge, support, mentorship, collegiality, and care for the students and the faculty have created a culture in the Department of Health Sciences and Nursing that enhances the department and the students' well-being. Our university could not be more fortunate to have Dr. Encia as a professor, campus leader, and colleague. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Encia. So you graduates know that you didn't get here alone. Earlier, we thanked your family and friends, but I think it's time to thank the faculty. May I ask the faculty of Eastern to stand so we may acknowledge you? Yay! Thank you. We have one of the best faculties in the whole country. We're very proud of our faculty. Now, I would like to recognize this year's Henry Barnard Foundation Distinguished Student Award recipients from Eastern. These are 2 students who competed for a scholarship that is one of the most prestigious in the state of Connecticut. 12 outstanding students from the 4 state universities receive the scholarship every year. Would Eastern's Barnard Award winners please stand? And they are Billy Kozak and Catherine Kubicek. Yay, there they are. Thank you. We congratulate you on this great achievement. I would now like to recognize and call to the podium our commencement speaker, Mr. Jeffrey Benedict, for the purpose of awarding him the honorary degree of Doctor of Human Letters. This is a great moment for Eastern. Jeff Benedict, Eastern Connecticut State University class of '91, he's one of our graduates, is a best-selling author, a special feature writer for Sports Illustrated, and a television and film producer. He has written for the New York Times and the Los Angeles Times, and his stories have been the basis for segments on numerous television network shows. Many of you have seen his shows. Mr. Benedict is the author of 17 nonfiction books and more than 100 published stories and essays. He has written books and stories on Indian casinos, violence against women, ancient skeletons, the Duke basketball coach, sexual assault, Warren Buffett, Supreme Court cases, David Crosby, Kobe Bryant. The Dynasty, Benedict's best-selling book on the New England Patriots, has been turned into a 10-part docuseries for Apple TV. It was written and executively produced by Benedict and Ron Howard. The series premiered this February. How many of you saw it? Benedict spent 5 years inside the Patriots organization with broad access, enabling him to tell the 20-year saga of Robert Kraft, Bill Belichick, and Tom Brady. His most recent book is the biography of LeBron James, which was an instant bestseller in 2023. In 2018, Benedict co-wrote the New York Times bestselling biography of Tiger Woods. In 21, the book became the HBO documentary and is being developed into a scripted television series executively produced by Benedict. In 2023, Benedict's book, Poisoned, was the basis of a Netflix documentary he wrote and produced. In 2016, Benedict wrote the national bestseller, QB, My Life Behind the Spiral, the autobiography of the Hall of Fame quarterback Steve Young. He was also a writer and creative consultant for the NFL films documentary, Steve Young, A Football Life. Before becoming a writer and film producer, Benedict was the director of the Research Center for Sports and Society at Northeastern University, where he conducted groundbreaking research and published a series of studies on athletes and violence against women. While in law school, he worked as an assistant to the chief prosecutor in the Child Victims Unit at the District Attorney's Office in Boston. Will William Salka, the provost of Eastern Connecticut State University, come forward to read the citation?
Whereas Mr. Jeffrey Benedict, an alumnus of Eastern Connecticut State University with a bachelor's degree in history, received his master's degree in political science from Northeastern University and a Juris Doctorate degree from New England School of Law. And whereas Mr. Benedict has achieved remarkable success as a best-selling author and accomplished journalist, features writer, and television and film producer, captivating audiences with his insightful storytelling and meticulous research. And whereas Mr. Benedict's influential works span a diverse array of subjects, such as New York Times best-selling books The Dynasty, New England Patriots, Poisoned, Little Pink House, and Tiger Woods, delving into sports, social issues, history, and other timely subjects. And whereas Mr. Benedict's works have been adapted into film, documentaries, and docuseries presented by Apple TV, HBO, and Netflix, further extending the reach and impact of his storytelling prowess. And whereas Mr. Benedict received Eastern's Distinguished Alumni Award at the 2011 President's Leadership Awards ceremony, be it resolved that on this day, the 14th of May, 2024, Eastern Connecticut State University proudly confers on Mr. Jeffrey Benedict the honorary degree of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the honors, rights, and privileges appertaining thereto.
It is my great honor to invite Regent Gway and Chancellor Cheng to the podium to preside over the conferral of this Eastern Connecticut State University honorary degree of Humane Letters.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, the Connecticut Board of Regents for Higher Education concurring, I confer upon you the degree, Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, and invest you with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereunto. In token thereof, I hand to you the diploma and direct that you be vested with the hood appropriate to your degree. Congratulations.
Thank you for letting me share your graduation with you. It's pretty amazing, 30 years after being an Eastern graduate, to be up here on the stage and be a part of something like this. It makes me feel young again. I don't have any advice for you guys. But I am going to tell you a few stories, because that's what I do. The New England Patriots were playing the Miami Dolphins on Monday Night Football. It's December 8th, 1980. I'm 14 years old. I'm laying on my couch in Waterford, Connecticut, watching the game. Back then, there was a very distinguished football announcer named Howard Cosell, who used to call the Monday night games. And he had a very distinct voice, unlike one you've ever heard before. There's no one like it on TV today. And at one point in the game, you could just tell something weird was happening, because he kept hinting that he wanted to say something, but he wasn't saying it. And then finally he said, "This is just a football game," which sounded like a really weird thing to say if you're broadcasting a Monday Night Football game. And then he said in that distinctive voice, "This just in from ABC News. We have learned that John Lennon, perhaps the most famous Beatle of all, has been shot in the back twice, rushed to Roosevelt Hospital, dead on arrival." And suddenly it wasn't a football game anymore. And I remember sitting up on the couch thinking, wow, what? What did he just say? And the rest of the game, like I don't know that anybody paid attention to the rest of the game. And I was in an English class as a freshman. It was called high school newspaper. I was the only boy in the class. And I only took the class because it was an easier requirement than some of the other English classes. And I was assigned by the teacher to cover high school sports. I went to school the next day and I went up to my teacher and I said, "I'd like to write a story about John Lennon." I'd never written an obituary before. I didn't know how to write one. But I made a case to her that this was something I really wanted to do. It seemed like a big moment in American history and culture. And she said yes. And I wrote that story. I'd be embarrassed for you to read it because it's not professionally written. And I didn't realize it at the time, but I was pitching. For the first time in my life, I was selling an idea to someone who was in a position to say yes or no to me. A teacher, in this case, who said yes and gave me a chance to write a story that maybe I didn't have any business writing. I had no idea in that moment that I was going to grow up to be a writer. I didn't even know there was such thing as professional writing as a career. When I came to Eastern as a student, I wasn't thinking about writing either. I was thinking about being a history teacher. That's why I took a lot of history classes here at Eastern and loved them. I was looking over my transcript this morning of my days here at Eastern. I was embarrassed at some of the grades, but I was noticing just sort of the classes I picked, and I thought, none of these are journalism related. But actually, a lot of them are. Because I learned how to do research here. I was studying American history, and I took a lot of those classes. And when I graduated from here, one of the most important jobs I had was I worked in a homeless shelter. And I worked in a construction site. Those were my two jobs, two first jobs out of school. Not very prestigious, but boy, were they important to helping me do the job I do now. The homeless shelter was in New London. It was the only one in the city, and it's still the only one in the city. And today I drive past it every day on my way to my office to write books about very famous, wealthy, popular people. And every day I drive past the same shelter I used to work in. I lived with my grandmother at the time. My wife and I did. She'd make me dinner every night. When you work in a shelter, you always work at night, because during the day, everybody has to get out. So it's a night shift. And I would come in, and she'd give me a home-cooked meal, and I'd bring it into the shelter. My grandmother was Italian. She was a great cook. She'd send me with these ridiculous meals. And after a few nights, I had to tell my grandmother, you can't send me with these plates because no one else there eats like that. No one. We feed them donated food. And a lot of times it's not very tasty. I can't be sitting in the office with meatballs and pasta and roast beef and gravy. I can't do that. Why is that important for what I do today? Because such an important part of my job is to be able to relate to people, to be able to get into places, to be able to talk to people that are different than me, and to be able to convince people to trust me. And I want to leave you with 3 stories that relate back to that night that I saw the Howard Cosell, John Lennon thing on TV, and then went and talked to my English teacher the next day. And this is all about pitching yourself, because all of you are going to have to do that when you leave here. You're going to have to sell yourself to someone, convince them to put their faith in you, to pay you, to employ you, to give you an internship, to give you a chance. When I did the New England Patriots book, I went to see my publisher, the CEO of Simon & Schuster, to tell him what I wanted to do, and I was prepared for him to tell me no, because football books don't sell well. And when I went in there, I made my pitch, and to my surprise, I was ready for my rebuttal when he said no, and to my surprise, he said yes. He said, we'll give you a contract to do that when you convince one of the big 3 to give you access, the owner, the head coach, or the quarterback. And I said, well, that could take a while. And he said, well, that's all right. You got all the time in the world. Work on another book until that happens. And I said, well, I don't have any other ideas. Why don't you give me an idea? And 2 weeks later, we met again, and he said to me, how about LeBron? Usually when I have something like that put to me, I would consult with my agent. I'd talk to my lawyer, and most importantly, I'd talk to my wife. And we'd decide, like, do we want to commit to this? It's 3 years of our life. LeBron's life becomes your life. That's one time when I didn't even look at anyone else in the room, and as soon as he said, what about LeBron? I said, yes, I'll do that. And I'm really glad I didn't think about it, because if I had thought about it, I probably would have scared myself out of doing it. I would have found reasons why that's too much. It's beyond what I can do. It's a little bigger than me. But I said yes, and I started working on LeBron. But at the same time, I wrote a letter, an old-fashioned letter, to Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots. And it was very much like the letters I wrote right when I graduated from Eastern and I needed a job. And I wrote a lot of letters attached to a resume. And I sent them all over the place, trying to get someone to hire me. I wrote a letter just like that to Robert Kraft. I said, my name is Jeff Benedict. I'm a writer. These are some of the things I've written, enclosed with this letter. I'd like to write a book about the team that you've bought and built. I'd like to know how it became so dominant and how it lasted for so long. And here are 3 references of people you can call if you want to know what it's like to work with me. And I sent it. And then it was crickets for 6 months. And now I'm 6 months into LeBron, and then I get a letter in my mailbox here in Connecticut, and it's from Mr. Kraft inviting me to his office. And then I get interviewed, and I have a chance to pitch myself again, just like when I did with my freshman teacher in high school. This is why you should let me write this book. And eventually, I got to pitch Tom Brady. And that pitch happened in a room, just him and I. And I'll leave you with this because it has a lot to do, I think, with the importance of always remembering to be humble. that you're not better than anyone else, that you're fortunate, that you get to do what you do, that you have an education, that you live where you live. Those are things I tell myself all the time. I love the fact that I went to Eastern. I love being in a room with people that all went to Ivy League schools, and people who went to Ivy League schools like to tell you they went to Ivy League schools. They like to tell you they went to Harvard. Where'd you go? Yale. How about you? Princeton. Where'd you go? Eastern. I went to Eastern. Yeah. I'm a state kid from Connecticut. I went to a state school. I'm proud of that, like really proud of that. I'm never afraid to tell someone when you're in a room with decorated people and they say, where did you go to school? I went to Eastern Connecticut State University in Willimantic. That's where I went. And I got to tell Tom that the first time I interviewed Tom. When he came into the room, it was just him and I. We're all alone. I have an hour. And when he walked in, I was really prepared. I did all my homework. And he walked in alone, no handlers, just him. And he said this first, right out of his mouth. He looked at me. I could tell he was pissed. And he said, first thing, he didn't say hi. He said, I've had a real shitty day. And he said it just like that. That's not a great way to start an interview. And I thought, oof, I'm trying to build a rapport. And so I had a birthday card in my bag. It was for him because I knew it was his birthday. It's kind of corny, but I was going to give it to him at the end of the interview. He sat down and I said to him, I said, you know, this is going to seem kind of corny, but I brought you a birthday card. And I shoved it across the table. And he opened it. And he read it, and it was corny. And he grinned. And he smiled. And he said, what do you want to know? And I pulled out my tape recorders, and I set them on the table, and I said, let's just talk about some ground rules. I said, I'm going to ask you questions that you're going to be recorded. If I ask you something that you don't want to answer, just say I don't want to answer it. I won't assume that it's because you got something to hide. It just means you don't want to talk about it, and that's fine. If you want me to turn the recorder off, I'll turn it off. I said, how's that sound? He said, that sounds good. Let's start. An hour and 30 minutes later, I never turned the recorder off. I never turned the recorder off because he never asked me to. And I trace that ability to talk, to relate to people, whether they're rich and famous or poor and unemployed living in a homeless shelter, to the same thing. It's the same thing. Being able to relate and get along with people. And there's lots of jobs out there that aren't fancy, that don't have sexy titles, that don't pay you a lot of money right out of college, but they're great prep for whatever it is you're going to do. And you're lucky that you got to go to a state school called Eastern in Willimantic. You really are. I feel that way. So thank you for letting me share your graduation day with you. And as I said, no advice from me. But man, when you come out of here now, this is where the fun starts. Because you can call anybody. You can write to anybody. Anybody out there. There's no reason why someone who graduated from Eastern can't write a letter and say, hey, I'd really like to come and talk to you. I'd love to work for you for free for 6 months. I'll do anything. I'd just like to shadow you for a week. I'll do anything. Just give me a chance. Someone will. Someone will. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff, for those inspiring words. We're very, very proud of all that you have accomplished. To the graduates of Eastern Connecticut State University, this is it. It's finally here. The day you thought would never come. In a few moments, you will rise from your seat, you will cross this platform, I will present you with a diploma. When you leave here tonight, and for the rest of your life, you will be a college graduate. This is truly a time for you to celebrate, but it's also a time for you to reflect. For it's through honest reflection that we learn and we grow. And it is through honest reflection that the celebration in our lives, like today's commencement, becomes sweeter and more meaningful. Think back to your first campus tour, or the SOAR session that you attended, or your first move-in day, remember? All of which may have taken place under COVID-19 restrictions. I'm certain that some of you began your first semester with a great deal of anxiety, maybe even fear. Perhaps you doubted yourself. Perhaps others doubted you. On the other hand, perhaps you came to Eastern with an abundance of enthusiasm, never questioning your place on the academic road you traveled, and always reminding yourself, hey, I got this. Wherever you may have found yourself on the emotional spectrum, today, all of you share much in common. In earning your degree, you have demonstrated an unbreakable resolve, shatterproof commitment, and gritty determination. You also found the ability to balance your role as a student while broadening your experience with on-campus or off-campus jobs, campus clubs, and organizations. You volunteered in community activities and varsity and intramural athletics. You have worked diligently and tirelessly as individuals and in groups, always guided by our faculty and with the ever-present influence of Eastern's liberal arts values and educational approach. I suspect that throughout your time here, you have asked more questions, debated more theories, and argued the finer points of the finer points. You have grown in both measurable and immeasurable ways, and by delving deeper, each of you has risen higher. There was a time not so long ago when college graduates were almost universally looked upon with admiration and respect. Not only would having a degree label you as a person of intelligence, but it identified you as someone who was destined to do more than those before you had ever achieved, more for your loved ones and more for your community. College graduates were held in the highest regard by almost everyone. Yes, I said almost everyone. Throughout American history, there have been those who have questioned the value of a college degree. They say things like, it's not worth the money, or I didn't go to college and I did just fine. But the numbers tell a much different story. According to the Georgetown University Center on Education and the Workforce, a bachelor's degree is worth $2.8 million on average over your lifetime, and 84% more than just a high school diploma. In their published findings in 23, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reports the unemployment rate for a person with a bachelor's degree is nearly 2 full percentage points below than someone with just a high school diploma. Your academic experience here has been enriched by Eastern's liberal arts values and educational approach. You are among the ranks of the liberally educated persons who will contribute measurably to your chosen profession by thinking creatively, communicating clearly, working collaboratively, and acting ethically, which is very important. These qualities make you more valuable to employers. In the website, Indeed.com offers us some additional insight, noting that you can expect increased access to job opportunities. You can expect to find either a clearly defined career path or a skill set that matches well with your many career choices. You can expect long-term economic stability, high-level career advancement, greater job satisfaction, as well as a generally better self-esteem state for yourself. And I'm going to go even further than Indeed.com by quoting the actual data from the Fortune 500 CEOs. Because of the liberal arts education you have from Eastern, they believe, and I strongly suspect, that you will be more likely to vote, more likely to serve in a municipal government, and more likely to volunteer at a school, a place of worship, or a local nonprofit organization. Yes, because of your Eastern liberal arts education, you are more likely to engage in the acts of civic responsibility. As you enter the workforce or graduate school or military, you will need every single one of those soft skills that we know employers are looking for if you are to overcome the emerging challenges that threaten us. These challenges are frightening, and they are very real. Throughout history, those who led by force always sought to discredit and silence the voices of the educated, for the educated posed greatest threat to autocratic rule. Even in a democracy such as ours, the rise of social media and the anonymity of many of its users make rational discourse and civil debate very difficult, if not impossible. You will be challenged, my graduates, by those who belittle your education because it minimizes their power to mislead and misfortune. You will be challenged by those who go to any extreme to spread misinformation because creating chaos and confusion is their best chance of driving a wedge between you and the truth. You will be challenged by those who will stop at nothing to prevent you from participating in our representative democracy, because silencing your voice at the ballot box is the only way they can gain power to implement agendas that restrict equity, justice, opportunity, and inclusion. But my graduates, if you remember anything that I said tonight, please remember the following. Use Eastern education to do good. Embrace the difference you find in others. Create opportunity for yourself, but for others as well. Stand against hate, shoulder to shoulder with people who stand against hate. Lift each other higher each day in any small way. These are truly American values. These are values that transcend race, gender, ethnicity, ability, income level, and orientation. These are values that will preserve our great American democracy for you, your children, and generations to come. Graduates, congratulations, and go out there and do good.
Thank you, President Nunez. I call on our Provost, William Salka, to present the degree candidates.
President Nunez, we have come to the principal reason why we are here today, the awarding of degrees to those candidates who have met the academic degree requirements established by the faculty of their respective schools. On behalf of the university faculty, it is my honor to present the graduating class of 2024. These candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the university as approved by the Board of Regents. Candidates for undergraduate degrees will be presented by the dean of their respective schools in the order in which their names appear in your program. We begin with the School of Education and Professional Studies. I call upon Dr. Niti Pandey, Dean of the School of Education and Professional Studies.
Will the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of General Studies, and Associate in Science in the School of Education and Professional Studies please rise and remain standing? I would like to invite President Nunez for the conferral of the degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of General Studies, and Associate in Science in the School of Education and Professional Studies, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Congratulations.
You may be seated until your row is called to walk across the stage. I now call upon Dr. Emily Todd, Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences.
Will the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science in the School of Arts and Sciences please rise and remain standing? I would like to invite President Nunez for the conferral of the degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science in the School of Arts and Sciences with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Congratulations.
You may be seated until your row is called to walk across the stage.
Thank you, President Nunez. To all the graduates, the marshals will now guide you to the platform to receive diplomas signifying your graduation from Eastern Connecticut State University. Please remain seated until your row is called to walk across the stage.
Monique Mariah McLean. McKenna Elizabeth Lurch, magna cum laude. Heather Valinsky. Noel Teeter, summa cum laude. Jonathan Robert Barnes. Samantha Hope Blanchett, magna cum laude. Jasmine Lee Clark, cum laude. Ashley Mae Fisher, magna cum laude. Olivia Grace Scarry. Jay Ichekuto. Eric Gunter Rossler, magna cum laude. Ethan James Pouvier. Quinton Antonio Hall. Melody Lacombe, summa cum laude. Danielle Victoria DePez. Matthew Niels Lundqvist. Veronica June Bowles, cum laude. Joshua Andrew Burgoyne, magna cum laude. Kyle Paul Buchanan. Scott Allen Galboa, Jr. Kyle Howard Daly. Sadman Ron Chaudhry. Colby David Dubois. Andrew Kavar, cum laude. Cody Bolette. Amber Rose Carlson, summa cum laude. Francis Ivan Abdullah Bachamante. Francesca Anne-Marie Dennis Lancette Cosio. David Buchanan Sanchez. Kimberly Rose Cabanetta. Allison Melissa Payan, cum laude. Morgan Danielle Rosado. Gracie Megan Du Bois, magna cum laude. Avani Chabra. Edgar Omar Estrevada Travada, cum laude. Mark Damaro Jr. Courtney Anise, cum laude. Kayla Gaudreau, magna cum laude. Antonio Williams Casera, summa cum laude. Zachary Cunningham. Jaden Dunn. Timothy James Balazic, cum laude. Lindsay Tenon Rogers. Andrea Nicole Borelli. Noah Evans Chakras, cum laude. Tamika Coppage. America Carrera. Brianna Faith Kalmas, cum laude. Amira Justice Foster. Paul Vincent Dorenzo. Dominic Bukowski, cum laude. Daniel Flores. Matthew Ryan Bradbury. Zachary Robert Donahue. Brian Robert Denise, magna cum laude. Finn Stephen Doherty. Jason William Claiborne Jr., cum laude. Aoife Casey, cum laude.
Justin Daniel Kostick. Nicholas Salvatore Dannenfelser. Zachary J. Albert. Joseph Patrick Delaney III. Emma Rose Simons. Jordan M. Filatico. Corey Allen Bill Jr., cum laude. Ethan Crane Cleary. Justin Robert Collins. Mackenzie Lynn Brown. Daniel Amadeo Gallipoli. Nicholas Daniel Chiachia, magna cum laude. Stacy Osai Adu, magna cum laude. Kaylee Jordan Armida. Julie Mackenzie Fontaine. Seth Marshall Bratcher. Nathaniel Patrick Rice, cum laude. Benjamin Christopher Torrey, magna cum laude. Alvin Kawal Bandon. Matthew James Bassett. Phoebe Baldwin, cum laude. Emma Morgan Champagne. Sarah Lynn DeVasto, magna cum laude. Eugene Zachary Bertrand, magna cum laude, University Honors Scholar. Jacob Thomas Bautot, cum laude. Flor Isela Cruz Ortiz. Catherine Rose Kaufman. Alexi Rose DeMauro. Christian Bailey. Skylar Dawn Evans. Laura Linnea Martinson, magna cum laude. Lily Gabrielle Blair. Caitlin Elaine Pascarella, magna cum laude. Michaela Lee Demers. Haley Cindy Footerap, summa cum laude. Teresa Elizabeth Lipiello Blaine. Eric Garofalo. Sean Eric Anderson. Jonathan Bernier. Cameron Mark Darcy. Carissa Regina Paul, magna cum laude. Haley Marie Dalmonico, cum laude. Jenna Michelle Topoulos, magna cum laude. Alexi Jade Root, cum laude. Rachel Mary Hughes, magna cum laude. Jonathan Pine.
Julia Lynn Maltby. Tyler Ryan Neese. Starsnay Mon Pierre, magna cum laude. Julia Jane Philbrick. Amanda Ann Liska, cum laude. Eduard Alessandro Morales. Taya Hargit Sarase. Anabel Periche, cum laude. Amy Blair Hyde, Dean's Distinction. Ruhi Rafi Koda. Oscar Luis Concepcion Jr. Makita Asege. Anthony Alexander Beasley. Janelle Edwards. William Kuzenka. Zachary Tyler Murray, cum laude. Milan Lester. Jabari Leary. Natalie Rose Laurenti. Draven Okoni, magna cum laude. Sarah Halleck, magna cum laude. Matthew Paul Kernan, University Honors Scholar, magna cum laude. Marissa Catherine Mikorski, magna cum laude. Priscilla Herrera, cum laude. Catherine Isabel Pendola, cum laude. Jenna May Rice, magna cum laude. Caitlin Ellen Nicole, cum laude. Lauren Maria King. Jenna Veronica Malukas, summa cum laude. Heidi Lynn Roger Lapointe. Liam Poby Kimball Jonas. Joseph Walter Olette. Catherine Jean McNeil. Jacob May. Michael Stanley Parzik. Jake Matthew Haddad, magna cum laude. Connor Joseph Hennessy. Jonathan Joseph Michael O'Coin. Joseph Christian Lopez, magna cum laude. Andres Antonio Mayuri. Dylan John Palaniuk IV. Andrea Sam Caramanos. Adam David Resignol. Christopher Isaiah Jones.
Jonathan James Nkanoki Jr. Abdul Hamid Naik. Andrew Pendergast. Gregory Cole Katzman. Zachary Apollon. How you say the last name? Benjamin Duquesne. Ariel Daniel. Ocean Raheem Mollison. Dwight Delroy Bennett Jr., cum laude. Selena Ashley Menzies. Emily Marie Pinto. Andrew Dwight McDonald. Sarah Kristen Mazzaro, magna cum laude. Alyssa Nicole Monroe, summa cum laude. Megan Jeanette Pardy, cum laude. Melissa Poinelli. Danielle Christine Murphy, cum laude. Eve Linda Philemon. Liam Minor, summa cum laude. Aram Fernanda Arroyo Infante, magna cum laude. Ashley Lynn Leacraft. Daniel Albert Morrow. Daniel Shane Mohajiran, magna cum laude. Justin Spencer Maza. Tyler Gerard Ouellette. Joshua Williams Morton. David Connor Harold. Nicholas Anthony Ugar Mungello. Ryan Thomas Knoll, cum laude. Jack Sabata. Kyle Asa Hurd, University Honor Scholar and cum laude. Connor Daniels Nichols. Kara Patrice McGettigan. Allison Marilyn Arling, magna cum laude. Kelly Rose Pampa, magna cum laude. Luis Angel Perez. Ryan Patrick Parent. John Tiernan Lynch, magna cum laude. Ryan Patrick Henderson. Kevin Joseph McIntyre, cum laude. Nolan David Lincoln. Christina Nicole De Benedetto. Jessica Paige Pyrick Bennett, cum laude. Molly Freites, cum laude. Sabrina Teresa Scotcha. John Thomas Whitmire. William DeForest Marquette. Lauren Catherine Sullivan, cum laude. Paige Victoria Savitsky. Ian Lohman. Christopher Paris Cortzitas, magna cum laude. Fernando Soares Geronimo Jr., 2 degrees and magna cum laude. Jaden Roberto Navarro.
Brody Jordan Palmer. Michael Meyer. Jonah David Pearson, cum laude. Aiden James Fectu, cum laude. Harry Warren Bruchensky. Tim Christopher Licht. Kendall Xavier Marquez. Claire Rose Langton, cum laude. Emily Ann Jamel, cum laude. Mia Ann Hinton, cum laude. Michaelia Harris. Alexis Michelle Murray. Jeffrey Charles Weaver, cum laude. Justin Christopher Ouellette. Jamie Aaron Koski, magna cum laude. Anna Lauren Maslick, magna cum laude. Stacy Annette Rivard. Joshua Mark Perkins. Jack Mello, Dean's Distinction. Ethan Pellicone, magna cum laude. Zachary Mingo. Jordan Cheris Owens. Chanel May Holder, magna cum laude. Brooke Haley Pinocci, magna cum laude. Samantha Lee Jones, cum laude. Thomas William Eagle, cum laude. Nora Yastrzemski, cum laude. Emily Selby. Erin Elizabeth Walsh, cum laude. Chelsea Marie Yorworth. Cindy Marguerite Smith. Autumn Rose Zooks, magna cum laude. Jenna Claire Morin. Johanna Elizabeth Lasbury. Nancy Scallard, cum laude. Nicole Rose Sabia. Amber Peterson. Courtney A. Rogers. LaQuisha Nelson. Jamiva Lagu. Daniel Thomas Slayton, magna cum laude.
Middle name is Mason.
Jack Mason Soto, cum laude. Alex Stephen Turner, magna cum laude.
Andrew William Scully. Sean Patrick O'Brien Sweeney, cum laude. Cade Michael Wallach, cum laude. Alex J. Underwood. Grace Marie Taylor. Jillian Rose Santana. William Jackson Sibley, magna cum laude. Chloe Smith. Eric Matthew Tollin. Madison Margaret Shea. Derek Stebbins. Luis Alexandre Sanchez. Nalea Valley, magna cum laude. Douglas Gaetano Casarino. Donan James Meyer. John Edwin Stewart. You can say hero from on. Michael Wallace. Jacob Thomas Silverman. Reginald Villard. Grace Catherine Wiltsey, magna cum laude. Byron Christopher Scarpolini. Kylie Daleen Vermilia, summa cum laude. Jalen Mackay Williams. Tabari Stephen Roosevelt Smith. Alejandro Soriano Jr. Alexander Mark Valdez. Michael John Wilson Jr. Stacy Watt. Shania Lewis. Isabel Marie Sanchez. Alexander Thomas Warfield, magna cum laude. Jalen Ashley Schroeder. Nathan Robert Salcido, cum laude. Thomas Anthony Stone, magna cum laude. Kaito Smith Yasuda. We are now presenting the School of Arts and Sciences.
Sean Robert Mitchell, cum laude. Nicole Marie Pepe, magna cum laude. Frida Yunuan Nieto Gonzalez, 2 degrees, cum laude. Kiana Mitchner. Carson J. Sobansky, magna cum laude. Aaliyah Monet Jones. Evan Janfrido. Grace Michalowski. Carolina Feliz, Dean's Distinction. Haley Gilbert, summa cum laude. Anuma Dadzi. Amia Lott. Zachary Cohen. Frank Corbett. Malik Alari. Ivanelise Bonnet. Christopher Levon Burney Jr. Colby Scott Jansing, magna cum laude. Nathaniel Cosme. Brandon Lease, Dean's Distinction. Andrew Thomas Cutter. James Nickel Gagney. Chaja O'Neill Gianna Fountain. Charles Goffier. Isabella Cruz. Michaela Noel Belden. Madison Hope Attardi, magna cum laude. Lilia Berto, summa cum laude. Marcus Samuel Grant, summa cum laude. Savannah Eldridge, magna cum laude. Nathan Byrne. Janiyah Joseph Poinson. Haley Elizabeth Bill. Emily Marie Laughlin. Julian James Guevara. Rebecca Marie Flynn, magna cum laude. Patricia Ann Weaver. Jaylene Marie Hernandez Gomez. Muriel Sprague, summa cum laude. Kennedy Pamela Jenkins, magna cum laude. Nathan Barberi. Christina Lintz, 2 degrees. Jenna Marie Levesque, magna cum laude. Taylor Kramus, cum laude. Caitlin Gervais. Laura Elizabeth Bidwell, cum laude. Leah Faith Coelho, magna cum laude. Kaylee Miss Connors, magna cum laude. Liliana Grace Barubi, cum laude. Catherine Hope Kubisek, summa cum laude.
Aspen Jeanette Fanning, magna cum laude. Lucas Richard Beretta. Ethan Nicholas Lambert. Mason Kane Balmer, cum laude. Alessandra Marisol Balestas, magna cum laude. Emma Elizabeth Drum, cum laude. Isabel Catherine Lestrina, summa cum laude. Maya Teresa Brody, magna cum laude. Angelina Vanessa Palacios, summa cum laude. Lien Ziang Hazard, summa cum laude. Janelle Giovannia Joni, summa cum laude. Graham Thomas Clyburn, magna cum laude. Ruby Olivia Landry. Kayla Ashley Lopez, cum laude. Samantha Mary Sheldon. Melania Efsali Galiatanos. Phoebe Emily Getterman, summa cum laude. Megan Grace Hurley. John James O'Connor IV, magna cum laude. James Michael Salvatore, cum laude. Riley Willikowski. Catherine Marie Belmont. Jordan Armando Navarro. Sarah Bernadette Burkhart, cum laude. Benjamin Joseph Dion, University Honors Scholar and cum laude. Carly Rose Alston, summa cum laude. James Abeley. Shay Karen Mulhare, cum laude. Grace Marie Jenkins, summa cum laude. Lexi Victoria Britian. Daria Alina Bakioki. Madeline Faith Courier, cum laude. Victoria Lynn Davis, cum laude. Haley Marie Picard, cum laude. Catherine Jo Barner, cum laude. Kaylee Lynn Drobish, cum laude. Josephine Arden Provost, magna cum laude. Erica Christine Augeri, magna cum laude. Kalajana Marie Sullivan, summa cum laude. Delaney Rose Card, magna cum laude. Amanda Marie McFarland, magna cum laude. Graciela Marie Borquin, magna cum laude. Brooklyn Faith Wildenhain, summa cum laude. Kaylee Anna Millardo, summa cum laude. Emily Rose Meeker, magna cum laude. Erica Ashley Paredes, magna cum laude. Andrea Bustamante.
Molly Finnegan, summa cum laude. Madison Leola Anderson, cum laude. Destiny Marie Coburn. Amia Marie Jolie, magna cum laude. Priscilla Arilla Mateo, magna cum laude. Addison Belcamino, cum laude. Brittany Anika Vaughn. Manib Rabani Booth. McKenna DeLuca, magna cum laude. Selena Jessie Perez Suarez, magna cum laude. Vijaya Rampertab, cum laude. Devin James Anthony Rodriguez. Isabella Sarah Esposito, magna cum laude. Emmanuel Anthony Flores. Paige Pollard. Amanda Joan Regine, Dean's Distinction. Emily Grace Fiore. Jenna Michelle Chanewski, cum laude. Kendall Ann Chernowski. Paula Victoria Hernandez, summa cum laude. Haley Renee Messier, cum laude. Elena Yvonne Morel. Lily Antonia Cotto, magna cum laude. Sonia Denise Pierre, cum laude. Shelby Chiangi, cum laude. Peyton Salvaggio, magna cum laude. Francis Gilles Suzuki, summa cum laude. Paige Sue Stegna, summa cum laude. Sierra Joan Madden. Jessica Halen Vieira. Emma Rose Sanders, University Honors Scholar, magna cum laude. Samuel Perez Lopez. Megan Raimondo, cum laude. Aaliyah Norton. Catherine Elizabeth May. Aiden James O'Connor. Maya Avery Milbauer, cum laude. Evan Wood, cum laude. Sophia Lynn Mercer. Carolyn Victoria Moffitt, magna cum laude. Alexa Lauren Mikowski, cum laude. Nicholas Ralph Mendolia, cum laude. Nicolette Alexandra Tizzoli. Kaylee Wark. Gianna Marie Stioco, cum laude. Caroline Elizabeth Miano Hamill, summa cum laude. Ashton Ezra Pizante. Annie Perokovic. Carolyn Malin, cum laude. Evan Miller, cum laude. Nathan Patrick Malia. Isabel Paxi. Jillian Nicole Norbert, summa cum laude. Ava Elizabeth Odlum, cum laude. Caitlin Rose Makowitz. Sophia Ann Malarkey, University Honors Scholar, summa cum laude. Samantha St. John. Kiana Nicole Smith, cum laude. Tashmarni Luni Apollon. Nicolette Hadley Ann Milford. Rosemarie Moore. Pauline Nicole Seeley, summa cum laude. Madison Lee Knowlton, magna cum laude.
Serena May Stockel, summa cum laude. Jordan Yvonne Milton. Emma Danielle Sullivan. Angel Elizabeth Queen, magna cum laude. Samantha J. Pine, magna cum laude. Jacqueline Rose Peel. Sister Alexandra Smith, magna cum laude. Ana Morales Rodriguez. Jada Aliani Rodriguez. Eliza Regina Weston. James David Donahue, cum laude. Deanna Hanfield. Tiana Renee Brathwaite, magna cum laude. Alicia Marie Abrahams, summa cum laude. Jaylene Alexis Bedoya. Ende Man Tall. Marcel Angel Vicente, magna cum laude. Martha Naeli Franco Quiroz, summa cum laude. Mia Rose Williams. Juliana Xiaoyu Urban. Mabel Soleil Sacamano, summa cum laude. Andrew J. Raymond, University Honor Scholar, summa cum laude. Maria Fernanda Irisari Davila, cum laude. Alfredo Juan Guadalupe, summa cum laude. Amani Amin. Danielle Gonzalez Gill. Kevin Alejandro Mendoza, cum laude. Andres Garcia. Kevin J. Flaherty, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Grace Hendry. Emily Rose Cook, cum laude. Madison Goff. Anna Asbestos. Madison Elizabeth Barone, summa cum laude. Stacy Rose Kinlan, magna cum laude. Bridget Billings. Mary Rose Kibbe. Last name? Alyssa Gomez Normal. Henry Thomas LaGreca. Dylan Michael Greenberg, Dean's Distinction. Joel James de la Cruz. Jordan Taylor Allen. Elizabeth Kelly Anderson, cum laude. Alicia Aracel Dominguez. Megan Lynn Delaney. Madison Elizabeth Kessler. Yoreli Hernandez Sanchez. Leah Jessie Hartle. Caitlin Acerbo Meal, cum laude. Ashley Cecilia Hancock. Zaina Elzien. Bailey May Columber. Heather Rose Oxtolis. Lynn Marie Mozaleski, summa cum laude. Faith Ann Lee. Nicholas Charles Barros. April Tiffany Breen, Dean's Distinction. Christy Sherry Kenyon, magna cum laude. Timothy Robert Jacques. Angie Caroline Correa, cum laude.
Francesca Melinda Ledoux. Jacob Michael Buckley. Charlie DeLoro, summa cum laude. Ava Lauren Burns, cum laude. Luis Flores Gomez. Benjamin Thomas Hassett. Haley Eileen Marie Hutala, cum laude. Andrew Reed David. Marcus Alexander Blair. Aiden Joseph Stewart, University Honor Scholar, cum laude. Aiden James Hennessy, cum laude. Riley Mae Jacobson. Eric Kingay. Matthew Michael Gardner. Taylor Lynn Knox. Christina Alexandria Aaron, magna cum laude. Abigail Marie Collins. Ashley Bryn Curran, magna cum laude. Kaylee Catherine Bennett. Kennedy Alexis Lawton. Ashley Rose DeLuca. Kaden Alves Lozada, magna cum laude. Leah Gabrielle Kowalski. Alexandra Colbert. Owen Hunter Bassett. Lauren Capillo, cum laude. Danielle Rachel Chaput, University Honor Scholar, cum laude. Sukir Ludesma. Elena Arcero. Elena Merlene Bray. Caitlin Ann Lukowitz. Joshua Lavitt, magna cum laude. Timothy Michael Cassidy. Jonah Reed Duckstein. Rebecca Lynn LeBlanc, magna cum laude. Olivia Marianne Brancati. Jacqueline Lopez Molina. Emery Kaylin Francis, magna cum laude. Nicholas Coaches, magna cum laude. Alize Zowell. Jaron Bryce Haddock, cum laude. Tatiana Natasea Ortiz. Kara Jane Adams. Catherine Joan Biasetti. Jeffrey Michael Glass. Aaron Michael Blanchflower. Andrew Vincent Streeter. Cameron Peter Soulane, magna cum laude. Favor Ademola Adekoya. Lisbeth Garcia Solis. Juan Francisco Baltasar Tapia, cum laude. Tyler Charles Banks. Katie Lynn Decker. Alexandra Yudividna Kanavalova, cum laude. Delcy Joanna Lopez Garcia, magna cum laude. Ritzi Mabel Gabarete Gonzalez, magna cum laude. Stephen Thomas Gagney, cum laude. Jonathan Michael Lapierre, summa cum laude. Allison Joyce Daleb, University Honor Scholar, summa cum laude. Corey Michael Dinowitz, University Honor Scholar, summa cum laude. Ali Jr. Ezzedine, cum laude. Gianna Nicole Santangelo. Catherine Rose Kaufman. Josephina Keith, summa cum laude. Matthew James Lynch. Andrea Rose Keith, cum laude. Isabella Marie Diaz, magna cum laude. Miriam Zayed Abdukad. Nazreen Guen Akush, magna cum laude. Christopher Anthony Cupo. Maya Angelina Lumina. Rebecca Lynn Kennedy. Nicholas Alexander Pateros. Tessa Elise Fadden, magna cum laude.
Abigail Lynn Erickson, cum laude. Julia Lauren Brown. Billy Gray Kozak, University Honor Scholar, summa cum laude. Alyssa Nicole Cohen. Alana Gibson. Quinlan Paul Gervasio. Jackson John Giard. Frederick Abundala Bacamante, summa cum laude. Sophia Marie Lampier. Emma Abigail Borneval. Elliot Joshua Anderson. Benjamin Charles Robert Duchesne, magna cum laude. Theodore David Farland. Emily Elizabeth Farron, cum laude. Jamie Ray Centrone, cum laude. Katia Sophia Lapierre, cum laude. Amy Elizabeth Cuckle. John Patrick Coyne. Yanelis Lynette Velez. Grisol Montserrat Gutierrez. Gianna Crespo Ellis. Juralis Goikachea. Edmund Joseph Hurdle, cum laude. Lindsay Nicole Booth, magna cum laude. Scott Daniel Forbes. Dominique Jordan Chrisman. Mariah Deshawn Dunn. Shannon Marie Burby, magna cum laude. Katie May Truncale, 2 degrees. Zoe Ariana Pasquale, magna cum laude. Marissa Ann Russick. Catherine Elizabeth Morse. Amali Sophia Ringdal Valskar. Janelli Rodriguez, cum laude. Olivia Nicole Peters. Ivana Nicole Etienne. Madison Elizabeth Glasgow, magna cum laude. Kylie Gianna Rataic, magna cum laude. Arden Ann Parzik, summa cum laude. Chloe Josephine Miller. Jared Lawrence Gorbarino. Christian David Kowalski. Nancy Nugent. Kelsey Cheyenne Reed. Jaden Reed Magnin. Evan Jacob Payne, cum laude. Douglas J. No. John Alexander Marsh. Christina Enza Oliva. Amy Nicole Pinergote. Jared Ryan Martin, cum laude. Alicia Marie Wedler. McKenna Valenti. Connor Douglas Scully. Kelly Schneider. Sabrina Brooke Solar. Alexa Pescatello. Lindsay Ann Weaver, University Honor Scholar, summa cum laude. Alyssa Christine Melnick, cum laude. Tatum Ashley Spooner. Charlotte Pentavale, Dean's Distinction. Renato Silva, Jr. Jennifer Ortiz Tella, cum laude.
John Frank Pirro III.
John Frank Pirro III, summa cum laude. Colette Haley Moreau, magna cum laude. Gregory Charles Wetzel, magna cum laude. Madison Renee Wilcox, magna cum laude. Catherine Welch. Christina Ann Randazzo, summa cum laude.
Erisai Perez. Tatiana Marie Stokes. Deisha Torres, summa cum laude. Olivia Renee Smith. Thomas Michael Perikilis. Alyssa Marie Siriani, summa cum laude. Vimarsh Manoj Rayana. Nadia Isabel Plouffe. Trey Alexander Wheely. Leanna Keeley Mather. Michaela Eve Rush, cum laude. Alexis Raphael Coley. Nicole Catherine Sutliff. Caitlin Elizabeth Petrie, summa cum laude. Sydney Smirno. Christopher Robert Hicks Jr. Jillian Rose Rappy. Phoebe Monroe Miller. Isabel Olga Mund, University Honors Scholar, cum laude. Marie Heidi Seismans, magna cum laude. Joshua Michael Ramirez. Ryan Jod Sadon. Cade Harlan Eisinger. Marina Katrina Marimpopoulos. Hannah Michelle Tingley, magna cum laude. Christopher Scott Schuler. Grisela Rodriguez. Dilcia Jamith Sanchez. Johanna Stephanie Aravla Lemes. Diana Janela Rojas Gutierrez. Delanira Rodriguez Perez, cum laude. Gabriela Aileen Trudelli. Samantha Shatis. Andrew Thomas Melio. Maddox Pingree. Nicholas Andrew Tuziani. Alicia Miller. Asia Krista Lee Monslave. Sarah Rebecca Remillard, summa cum laude. Amanda Marie Pernal. Elizabeth Nicole Rodil. Ashlyn May Rogers, cum laude. Lindsay Fishman, summa cum laude. Emily Grace Wallace, magna cum laude. Mackenzie Michelle Tepper. Olivia Grace Oken. Diana Elena Maza, cum laude. Riley Pamalia Mata. Alexa Gian Vallejo. Zachary Allen Maroy, Dean's Distinction. Samuel August Plummer. Dylan John Martin. Jordan Lee Wheeler. Julia Raynook. Kellyanne Veronica Ryan, magna cum laude. Megan Virginia Mizuka, cum laude.
Amira Aliyah Samuel. Aja Imani Reese McKnight, magna cum laude. Janerly Gerardi Messena. Stella Offe. Antonio Nicholas Ponte, magna cum laude. Andrew Richard Saita, magna cum laude. Harmony Zhao.
Aaliyah Ariana Velez. Alexis Kai Annan.
Congratulations, class of 2024!
That's exciting, right? I can say, speaking as a faculty member, there's no greater excitement than seeing your students that you worked with all these years come across that stage. So congratulations to everybody. As we near the end of these commencement exercises, it is my pleasure to introduce Ms. Kathleen M. Regan Pine, class of 1979, Vice President of the ECSU Foundation Board of Directors, who will welcome the graduates.
Wow, that was awesome. That was congratulations, grads. I'm Kathy Regan Pine, but I first want to say and give you, each and every one of you, this is a wonderful class, and look at all these people here celebrating you, all right? Today, you join the ranks of the proud alumni of Eastern Connecticut State University. My twin sister Beth and I are both proud alums of Eastern. I graduated from Eastern with a degree in education, and that was when our campus was a lot smaller than it is today. It has grown and changed over the years, but the important things have not changed. The quality of the education at Eastern is still top-notch. The support and opportunities provided to our students and our alumni remain best in class. When I was an Eastern student, my family was not in an economic position to provide me with financial support. Sometimes we need a helping hand. I did. Some of you graduating today, or someone sitting next to you, was probably in the same position, right? However, through some student loans, scholarships, grants, and help from Eastern through the ECSU Foundation, I was able to fulfill my dream. I also had the privilege of playing basketball and softball here, but most importantly, I received a great education. And because of the support I received, I had the privilege of having a long career in the business world. And recently, I retired from serving my tribal nation, the Mohegan Tribe, as a member of the Tribal Council. Eastern's Office of Alumni Affairs is here to help you as the newest alumni, providing services, activities, and support to the more than 40,000 members of the larger Eastern alumni family. And as an alumni, it's our responsibility to support the ECSU Foundation, either with our financial gifts, to the extent that we are able, or with our time, or with both. This will ensure that the foundation can make a difference in the lives of the Eastern students who will follow you. Like it made a difference to many of you sitting here today, like it made a difference in my life when I was a student. Because in order to grow, we need a solid foundation, because our foundation is our family. Our foundation is our friends. Our foundation is our support, and our foundation is our network. I know I am extremely proud to be a part of the Eastern alumni family, and I know you carry that pride as well. So like most of you here, I have many members of my family in the audience tonight, but they're not here to see me. Nope, they're not. They're really here to see our grandson, Jonathan Pine, who is also receiving his degree tonight, and we're all very proud of you, Jonathan. But congratulations to all of the graduates on your achievements. My very best wishes to each and every one of you.
Will all please rise as Father Larry Lapointe pronounces the benediction.
We just graduated a very distinguished group of people, among whom was a king, a queen, and a nun, a real nun. But every one of you is a star. So, Whatever your faith or philosophy in life, I invite you to bow your head now for a moment of reflection as you hold warm wishes for the graduates of Eastern Connecticut State University's class of 2024. In the perilous times in which we find ourselves, we invoke blessings upon you, our graduates, who, having successfully completed your course of studies, are set out upon a new journey. Warriors defending hope, truth, and promise in a world of challenge. For the love you have known, for the opportunities which have been provided you, for the friendships which have been formed, and for the hopes that have been born in you during these years, we give thanks. For every prompting of conscience, and for every discovery of the truth which has been revealed to you and in you, we give thanks. Take from this time and this place the blessings of friendships formed, of wisdom gained, of knowledge acquired, of compassion known and learned. Fortified by these things, seek always to turn hatred to compassion. Bring to the battle with disease the safeguards of true science and self-sacrifice. Let your knowledge of and respect for the common good be a safeguard against the triumph of selfish ambition. Thus fortified, go forward into the world, confident of the love and blessings of your family, of your friends, of this academic community, and with the blessings of God, however you conceive God to be. And so, may God bless you and keep you. May God's face shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you. May God grant you peace, shalom, salam, at the end of this day of celebration, at the end of each day, however trying, and at the end of all your days. Amen.
Thank you, Father LaPointe. Please be seated. Stay with me, stay with me. You've been great so far. Just one more hour, you'll be fine. As we come to the end of these proceedings, for everyone's safety, I ask that you please remain at your seat until the recessional is complete and all the graduates have processed out. I now declare this 134th commencement concluded. Congratulations, everybody.